Hello Future Bing and happy Lunar New Year. This morning I walked around Chinatown to see the decorations and I drank bubble tea for the first time. Liked the tea, not so hot on the bubbles. But it was nice to have an excuse to be in central London without wasting money in high-end stores, and to see my city come to life in a vibrant and unfamiliar way. I observed people coming and going, taking pictures, eating, dancing, and I thought about chance. Just as they do in life, chance and coincidence play a huge role in PBFB. For instance, it was a complete fluke that Bound and I happened to be walking through Chinatown exactly when these guys were putting up their lanterns. It wasn't chance that I then went back today, but I wouldn't have done so if that hadn't happened. What you see is just what happens to be happening when the camera is out. Yes, I plan certain things, but I also miss a lot of stuff. At the end of the day, I sift through the footage that I was lucky enough to capture, and I try to tell a story with it. I mentioned rituals in the previous episode, and one of my new favourite rituals is playing Dungeons and Dragons. This evening I'm going to be going over to Matt's house and meeting Fraser, Lewis, David and Gio, and I'm going to put my DM hat on and then we're going to pretend to be other people for a while.
To film in their house and publish the...
Fuck you, Matt.
Yeah, Matt, do I have your... can you give me a verbal release for your house, please?
No.
Oh.
I'll give you another form of release.
Maybe I need you to pay for it.
It's something that I had been meaning to try for a long time. This will be our 4th session, and I think it's going really well. I love using my imagination to tell stories, and I love creative problem solving, which being a DM gives you a lot of opportunities to do.
Same does. There's no change.
I can't use any of this because I can't use the audio. This next section is going to be silent, but if you cue it up in a different window...
No, just get the time of the song and then go, so we're going to, the next bit is muted, but don't know for what. And if you press play in 3, 2, 1...
I have to try to anticipate my friends' actions. I have to craft stories and villains and puzzles that are going to keep them interested and that are going to be satisfying if they finish them. I'm also sneakily working in a much longer storyline that will last the whole of the campaign, and thinking about how I foreshadow things and drop in little clues that don't give too much away really early on, or leave like back doors in the story that even I don't know how to use yet. It has a lot of crossover. What is happening in Dungeons and Dragons is play, which is so important. When you engage in improv, when you engage in role play, when you turn real world issues into allegory in order to explore them, when you invent new worlds, whether you're writing or you're crafting film or you're drawing a comic, you are engaging in serious play. What I'm doing right now, imagining this conversation through time with myself, is serious play. It helps me step out of and abstract and interpret my own life in an environment where I'm allowed to do anything I like and make mistakes. We do this in our everyday lives, even if we are not in the creative industries. We participate in rituals. We express our faith by acting out scenes from texts, with dance, or by creating colorful costumes, by gamifying ideas of conflict and resolution, character traits and flaws, action, adventure, and discovery, by crafting something with other people in mind and then acting it out. I don't feel like I'm just putting a wizard hat on and getting drunk with my friends. I feel like I'm getting a little bit better at expressing myself. And that's cool. So tonight, Big Boy, Gigantor, Tree, Teo, and Alden are gonna sit around a table and kill some goblins.
Can we just appreciate the two worst
No,
rollers both rolled nat 20s on something that didn't fucking matter as much?
Terribly.
What initiative?
Yeah.
All the Nat 20 team.
Chicken night! Got a human from composite body parts.
Yeah, that's what you
Connect
play.
4 bits of person.
That's how you play Connect 4, yeah. Yeah, that's how you play Connect 4. I love it. It's mad. It's mad.
Roll up, just fun. Just 50.
15, that's not bad. We say, I've had 3 nat 20s today. Yeah, but you touched that one.
Yeah, so
You jinxed it. 30. Anyway, 4. Bye.
Goodbye,
Goodbye.
Alden. Travel safe. Good session. We killed some people.
We stopped a kidnapping.
We stopped a kidnapping. We killed some red brand ruffians, a big one-eyed Nothic monster. And then we had to stop because Fraser had to go home. There were some big character reveals tonight. It was we feel like it was a good session, right?
It was fantastic. It's the best one so far.
Yeah, best one.
We flew through the air.
We're getting better at this. Oh yeah!
So I turned into a wolf. The Nothic climbed up a pillar so I couldn't attack it because I'm a melee character. So I decided to be thrown by our big strong fighter, was thrown through the air with an axe in my mouth, and then transformed back into a druid and cast poison spray and killed that in its eye.
So then,
Yes!
hang on, the answers.
Look where Pam.
Yeah, the axe is pointless.
Oh.
The axe was the reason I had to fucking
Panel
transform
Pam.
back
Oh, look.
into a human.
Always watching for metal husband.
So Future Being, I'd love to know in a year's time if this campaign is still going, whether players have come and gone, how well your long-term story went, and if Matt ruined it. I'd also like to invite anyone watching to share in the comments below. How do you engage in play? Maybe you play D&D, or you roleplay, or you craft, you paint, you write. Let me know in the down. Let's compare notes. Is this episode of Past Been going to be really good? Oh, come on!
2 for great.
Rolling low is good, right?
If you're enjoying this series so far, please share it with a friend. You can do all the usual stuff. You can like, and you can subscribe on YouTube. You can follow me on Twitter. But recommending something through word of mouth is just the best. As hopefully I'm demonstrating, there's just no substitute for talking to other people. How do I feel more self-conscious doing this than I did doing it naked? And there's builders right there on their little thing. On their little thing, they're gonna see me in my wizard robe. Oh, they're right there. I know. No, I can't. I know that guy. Do you? He works like every day on this development. I can't look him in the eyes anymore.